I'm about to eat only Aldi's food for 5 days. I've been wondering something. What's Aldi's slogan? What's Aldi's slogan? Great quality should come with everyday low prices. Aldi girl, that just won't do. We gotta shorten that. How about with great quality comes low prices? No, I think Tobey Maguire took that one. Okay, even shorter. Great quality, low prices. Walmart. Wrong store. Let's just go in a whole new direction. Aldi's is for baldies. Count me in, I'm gonna be the best customer ever. In this video, we're gonna be eating only Aldi food for 5 days, from Monday to Friday. Aldi for breakfast, Aldi for lunch, Aldi for dinner. You could say, I'm gonna be eating Aldi all day. Oh, that's the slogan. Aldi all day. I feel like Julie Andrews when she tried to teach those rich brat syllables in those ugly curtain outfits. Girl, you were sabotaging them, weren't you? Those were hideous. We're gonna eat all kinds of food. We're gonna be cooking, microwaving, air frying. It's gonna be a culinary adventure. And of course, I'm gonna review and critique every single food item I eat. Now, I gotta be honest, I've only been to Aldi one time. I was curious about it, so I went in and I saw these spicy chicken fries and I bought them. I know you're thinking, Timmy, what's a chicken fry? Girl, it's a rooster shaped like a potato. And for my half Cuban girlies out there, it's a pollo papa. I only understood half of that because I'm half Cuban. And I gotta be honest, guys, this isn't the time to be deceitful and a liar. I did not like them. And I never went back to Aldi after that. I did not go back because of the chicken fries. Publix is just about 5 minutes closer to me, so I just go there because I'm lazy. But I am super excited to finally fully explore Aldi's this week and try everything they have to offer. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but according to the robots on Google, 90% of stuff sold in Aldi are their own products. So it's sort of like a Trader Joe situation, but it isn't that crazy, guys. Joe gets wild. He makes some weird stuff, like Philly cheesesteak bao buns or chocolate lava gnocchi. Joey, that's too random. You have to chill. Go to the freezer aisle and chill. Anyways, before we start, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It's the easiest way to support me in my whole career. Also, subscribe. I make food content. I'm mesmerizing. Are you entranced? Ooh, is this real life? Oh my goodness. We are gonna go to Aldi's every day so I can pick out my lunch and dinner for that day. Today is day one, Monday, obviously. And I actually bought today's food yesterday. So I went to Aldi's once already. And I also bought all my breakfasts for the week because I'm not gonna go shopping before breakfast. I'll be too hungry. Does that make sense? So here's that footage now. Enjoy watching me when I was one day younger in the past. I had so much energy back then. We have arrived to Aldi. This is the sign on these two long twigs. Let's go, girls. Come on. Yeah, grab your chancletas. Let's walk. I was about to grab a shopping cart so I could live my Stepford wife's fantasy. But oh, look at this. You have to insert a quarter to get a cart. And I don't just have a quarter lying around. Maybe I'll find one deep in my crack. But other than that, I just didn't have one. So I decided to get these reusable shopping bags. I did buy them on the way out. And I put all my groceries into those. I did find a quarter when I got home, so I'm gonna use that tomorrow. But anyways, enough about quarters lost within me. This is Aldi. As you can see, they have a fresh section. They have a frozen section. They have Aldi's finds. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's things that Aldi himself found. And there's a fresh bread section, of course, and a meat section. Anyways, first things first, I got all my breakfast items, including these glazed gluten-free donuts. I'm not gluten-free, but I'll still eat their food. An acai bowl. I used to think it was called acai, but it's acai. This gorgeous breakfast biscuit crust pizza and some classic breakfast croissant sandwich. These little pepper omelet breakfast bites and some French toast cinnamon sticks and some good old breakfast sausage. It might not be by Jimmy Dean, but it might be from his wife, Janie. And I also got some cherry yogurt for my gut health and some cinnamon rolls as well and some jumbo buttermilk biscuits. And now for my Monday lunch, I got some pork burnt ends. I know, it's so random, but I'm just so crazy like that. Some frozen onion rings, which looked amazing, and some nacho cheese tortilla chips, and this jalapeno tomato ketchup. And for my Monday dinner, we're having a little pasta night. So I got some creamy Alfredo sauce, some Parmigiano and Romano cheeses by Regano, and also some linguine and some frozen meatballs to go into the pasta. Then for my side, I got some super sweet corn. And for my appetizer, I got some cheesy breadsticks, look amazing. And dessert, I got this strawberry rhubarb blossom. Let's make our breakfast, our first breakfast of the week. I chose to have the jumbo buttermilk biscuits and the little omelet bites. Hey y'all, welcome to my kitchen. It is the heart of this household. There's a lot of Crisco in the pantry, so it's beating real fast. It's getting a little stressed out. So let's just start cooking. Let's make these biscuits. So I have my little pan here. I'm just gonna put some parchment paper right here so I don't have to do the dish, you know. Listen, cooking is not about having fun, putting your love into it, which, ew, that sounds disgusting. Don't put your love into my food. Cooking is about being strategic. It's about planning and figuring out how to make your life easier after cooking. Less dishes. Faster recipes. Try not to have a panic attack. Edward. So let's just plop, plop. Oh! Man. What? Okay, so we're just gonna use a few of them. I'm gonna put some of them back actually, because I'm not gonna eat all this. That's crazy. We'll make 2, and I'll put the rest in a Ziploc or something. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop these into the oven until they're done cooking. And in the meantime, let's make our pepper uncured ham and cheddar omelet breakfast bites. Just like the slogan, this name is too long, and it's by Whole and Simple. I mean, I would hope the cheddar bite is whole. I don't want half of a cheddar bite. And I would hope it was simple. I don't want breakfast to be complicated. Now, the cooking options are just to microwave it. So I'm just gonna microwave them. I follow the rules. Aye, Captain. These are them. Okay, they kind of look like a wart, but like a really cheesy one. So I put my buttermilk biscuits into the oven, and oh my gosh, witchcraft. This is a manifestorium of wicked yeast. Come on, Madam Horrible. She's horrible. And then I put my little egg bites into the microwave. Yes, my wonderful man Alejandro did clean the microwave for me. And this is my finished breakfast. We have the biscuit and the egg bites, and if you turn it around, you got a hidden Mickey. That rat. Okay, breakfast smells really good. It definitely smells whole. Not like a whole, no. Oh my gosh, no, like whole and simple. I'm just glad it does not smell like yours. Okay, so let's try this biscuit. I cooked it to perfection, perfect golden brown crust on the bottom, and it smells really nice. So let's just dig in. Oh. One second. Oh, don't make me say it again. And I have to say this every time I do a challenge. Yes, I know, Fanta Zero Sugar is not an Aldi's item, but it has 0 calories. Therefore, it does not exist on this dimensional plane. It only exists in the 0-calorie stratosphere, which is just full of the most dainty people. So, cheers. Judgmental. There's nothing like a Fanta in the morning. Who needs coffee when you could have an orangey burst? That biscuit was actually quite phenomenal. I expected it to taste like any other biscuit, and it does. But it tastes like a really good one, you know? I think it actually tasted a bit better than Pillsbury, and he is the dough boy. He is the boy that makes the dough. He's the one that has a stomach that looks like dough. That's why he's my role model. But I don't think that he has mastered it, because if he did, then these biscuits wouldn't be better. They are extremely fluffy, almost cake-like. There's so much air in there, yet they don't feel like you're eating a marshmallow. They still feel like they have a good sustenance to them. And they have the classic baking powder biscuit flavor, but sometimes that flavor can be too strong and it's just a lot to take in. Like, I'm not a cake, stop putting baking powder into me, you know? But this one just had the perfect amount. Definitely recommend. I'm gonna give those biscuits an 8 out of 10. What a great start to the week. Oh, quickly, I just wanna say, I don't want this challenge to seem like I'm this person that only shops at pricey grocery stores and I'm so shocked to be shopping at Aldi's and it's beneath me. Girl, my favorite food is the cheesy fiesta potatoes from the Taco Bell value menu. So I'm not like that. You guys know me. This is literally just a week to try Aldi's and to find out what's good so that you guys can save your money if something is disgusting, at least in my opinion. Now let's try these pepper uncured ham and cheddar omelet breakfast bites. They have uncured smoked ham, sharp cheddar cheese, and green and red bell peppers in an egg custard. No nitrates or nitrates added. They just said the same thing twice. What does that even mean? Am I not gonna get the helium effect that I wanted?
I want my voice to be even higher.
Okay, let's see. Interesting. You know, remember the scene in Spider-Man where the Green Goblin like carves the turkey and then he's like, he was freaky. Okay, I really love the flavor. The flavor actually tastes a lot like a Supreme pizza. It's extremely sharp and very cheddary and salty. I'm very impressed by the level of cheese they've implanted into this one bite. I also love the ham. It's very strong once again, and the peppers add an amazing Supreme pizza flavor. I think my only issue is the texture. You know when you bake cheese and eggs together, sometimes they can kind of curdle and separate and get this kind of grainy texture. That's kind of what this has. Now, it does make it feel like it's more real and not so processed. It actually kind of tastes like I just baked it in the oven from scratch, but watch out. So love the flavor. I don't love the texture, but I'm still gonna give it a nice like 6.5 just because the flavor's that good. So if curdled, oily, eggy textures don't bother you and you're a bit of a psychopath, you're gonna love these. Let's make our Monday lunch. Just to remind you, I got the burnt ends, the onion rings, and the tortilla chips. So I took the onion rings out. Can you see them? Is it focused? Can you see the buttery crisp? Is that Frodo? Oh my God, when did he go bald? Frodo put the onion rings into the air fryer. Gollum tried to stop him. And this is the burnt brisket. That looks so delicious. Oh, I'm salivating. So it said to poke some holes into the plastic bag and then just put it into the microwave. It inflated, just like the girl with the blunt bang from Willy Wonka. And that's it. It's cooked thoroughly. I just poured it into a bowl and bon appetit. Oui, oui.
Oh girl, she's constipated. Oh my gosh. Someone call Jamie Lee, please. Oh, she came through. Come on, Activia.
Okay, this is the finished meal. Looks better than I thought it would. So I noticed something. Call me Nancy or Mrs. Drew if you'd like. But all the Aldi's branded food have like different brand names. Like this one is Clancy. Now Clancy sounds like a man that one of the Little Women would marry. No, not of LA. The Little Women like Mag, Beth, Joe, Amy. Oh, Beth never got to marry. Well, she did kind of marry germs and bacteria, but they did not live happily ever after, that's for sure. They didn't live at all. Oh my God. She's fake, it's fine. Don't say Beth is fake, what? This is obviously supposed to look like Doritos, but it's not. It's Clancy's. You would think they would call it like Domino Eatos or Door Nachos, but no. And there are no certified synthetic colors. Synthetic, like a wig. They smell just like Doritos, oh my gosh. Oh! Am I about to be an Aldi stan? Am I about to drive 5 extra minutes just to get my door nachos? Those taste extremely similar to Doritos. Very flavorful. They have that iconic sassy nacho cheese flavor, but they're a bit saltier and they're a tiny bit sweeter. They're like Doritos Pro Max, you know? I think they might be a little bit better. Now, like I said, they're very salty, so maybe pair this with a nice refreshing salsa, something, you know, just to kind of balance that out, but love, I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10. Now it's time for the onion rings. I do have my jalapeno tomato ketchup. It is medium spiciness, but you guys know, I'm a strong half Latino man who can handle his spice. My taste buds said,
You think we're weak? You think we're weak?
oh my gosh, okay. Right after going on and on about how manly I am, I can't open this up, but you know, it's just a little slippery. I think someone spit on it. Someone help me. I guess I really am a man. How am I gonna get this open now? There's no way now. I'm not gonna be able to try my jalapeno tomato ketchup. I can't, sorry. We're gonna eat this ketchup-less. Look at my delicate hands. How am I gonna knit? Let's try the onion ring. Now, please tell me why that tasted like pure urine. Quickly. You guys know I've come into this with an open mind. I love my door nachos, but those are the worst onion rings I've had in my entire life. And I'm a world-renowned food critic. I've had so many onion rings. The fact these are the absolute worst is Did my dog just vomit? Oh, I think it was a burp. Why are you burping? Running from my salad? The texture is not terrible, but the breading is just a little too thick and a little too cakey. Like, I cooked these for a while in the air fryer and they're still not really crispy just because I don't think they're capable of that kind of greatness. The flavor's the worst part. Like I said, it really did taste like a big piss. And of course, I've never tasted that, but like, you know, the smell of like someone's dehydrated, bright orange liquid, it tasted like how that smells. And I don't even think the jalapeno tomato ketchup would have saved it. There's no saving something that tastes this much like. Number one, I'm gonna give those a 0 out of 10. These brisket burnt ends better be good, because if they're bad, the taste test just might be over. Have you ever had a brisket burnt end? Did it end your video? Right. Let's see, please be good, please. Let's make a brisket nacho. Yeehaw, hola. Those look so much worse than they actually are. They have a fully real meat texture. Now I feel like brisket has a much more tender texture, and this frozen version doesn't really have that texture, but it has more of a soft steak texture. It has fully real meat shreds and particles in it, as you can see. And the barbecue sauce is quite delicious. It is very sweet, very tangy, and it sticks to the meat in just the right amount that it's just the perfect balance. Now I have one complaint, only one. Wow. Life is good. There's a fake wood flavor to it. I'm not talking about like that smoke extract stuff. I'm talking like actual wood. Like something that Pa would chop up to put in the fire to keep Caroline and the kids warm. You know, like a wooden chair from IKEA called the Schlugendorf that'll probably give you splinters. You better wear some sort of a guard beneath, you know. And so other than that weird woodsy flavor, it tastes like a good kind of barbecued steak. So I'm really impressed. Okay, so lunch wasn't terrible at all besides the fermented urine rings. It is time for our Italian dinner. Je m'appelle baguette. And we have our cheesy bread, our pasta with meatballs and Alfredo sauce, and our super sweet corn, and the strawberry rhubarb blossom dessert. So I started by adding salt to my water. In case you didn't know, it makes the pasta salty so you're able to take a trip to Flavortown. This is your transportation there. I then put my linguine into my water, and I almost broke them, but I chose not to because people get very mad at me when I break them. I'm sorry, I don't want a long noodle dangling down my throat trying to choke me. I then added my frozen meatballs to my pot. Now I did not add oil because meatballs have fat in them, right? Just like my thighs. So I let them sear on every side, and then I added the Alfredo sauce and let them finish cooking in that. I then put my super sweet corn on a plate and let that cook, and I put my breadsticks in the oven, and then I microwaved my little blossom because that's what the box said to do. And this is my finished meal. What do we think? Guys, I'm a real life homemaker. Ma from Little House on the Prairie would be probably very proud and a little jealous. Oh, Caroline, I'm sorry. Mrs. Olsen was right about you and your cheap eggs. I was trying to do that thing where people like kind of bounce off their own backs and they stand up on their feet, but I don't know if that's ever gonna be possible for me. I'm only 31, I should be more agile. So speaking of being agile and healthy, you guys are probably so proud of me right now, right? Because I got corn, I did. I know I don't typically taste test that many veggies on my channel, and I had kind of a wake up call when I posted my Walmart video. I got a comment from this girlie that was like, you didn't eat one vegetable the whole week. And I thought to myself, dear God, she's right. So I got corn, and I got this corn because it's called super sweet corn. I've never had super sweet corn. I've only had sweet corn. So I'm expecting it to taste like a candy, maybe an everlasting gobstopper like Willy Wonka, the one that he makes. Girl, let's see. So let's try that first. It's such a lolly. Isn't that what British people call lollipops? They're like, lolly. There's nothing more fun in life than the nicknames that British people give food. I feel like that is where they get their joy. I think us Americans are pretty miserable, and we should start naming our foods as well. I'm gonna call this corn Kennebuster grain. This corn is very nice. I didn't put salt or butter or anything, but it actually is very sweet, and I'm enjoying its sweetness. It doesn't taste like candy. It's not giving sugar, you know, but if you like sweet corn, this is just a little bit sweeter, and I love sweet corn. I'm gonna give this corn a 9 out of 10. Look at me giving vegetables a 9 out of 10. I'm finally eating looking like a 31-year-old man actually should. Maybe my follicles will start sprouting again. Oh my gosh, wait, that's not a follicle, that's a whole corn husk. Is there a crop circle on me? Oh no, it's just dandruff? Right, okay, thank you for checking. Next up, let's try this cheesy bread. Now this came out of the oven looking so stunning. You know, it could be on a Revlon commercial. Because you're worth it. Okay, ooh, it's very soft. Oh, whoa, oh, they're cut in half. That's no fun, smaller portions. I think that almost broke my esophagus. Okay, that is not the Trisha Paytas meme that I wanted to present to you. I really wanted to do the but that's not what this served. This reminds me of pizza crust. And I'm the type of girly that leaves the pizza crust behind. And it's not because I want to be low carb and I don't want to eat all that crust. It's because I want to save space for the good parts of the pizza. If I don't eat the crust, then I can eat more cheesy, saucy, pepperoni-filled, gout-hoarding pizza, you know? Because the crust is literally nothing compared to the rest of the pizza. And sadly, this just tastes like pizza crust. Like, not even good pizza crust. Like Papillon pizza crust. And Papillon, he knows. He knows he's not good at making crust. He might be good at being a papa. He's a great father. But crust making is not his skill. It's not that garlicky. It's not that buttery. There's no like sauce on it. It's literally just dried up bread crust. Bread crust. I mean pizza crust, but also kind of bread crust too. The cheese isn't even salty. Like if you're not gonna be salty, don't even be cheese. And that's the life lesson you all needed to hear today. So I'm gonna have to give that a 3 out of 10. Ow, ooh, burn. That's so early 2000s. Ooh, burn. Wait, wasn't there a movie where like some girl's like, ooh, burn? Who was that diva? Okay, now we have our main entree. We have our Alfredo meatball combination. Now I know that meatballs don't really typically go with Alfredo, but I did not really feel like cooking raw meat today, so that's why I got the meatballs. And I did let them sear, see? So it's gonna taste more meaty. Of course, we have to add our Parmigiano Reggiano. You guys know I like my pasta to look like the Grinch's mountain. Just tons of snow until it makes that little twisty thing on top, and also a lot of onion breath. Do you guys think the Grinch wears deodorant? What brand? Probably Old Spice. Old Spice gave me a rash once, but the Grinch can take it. He's green. I am. Bellissima paparena. Oh my goodness. What? This is gonna make my heart 2 sizes bigger and a bit more clogged. Ooh. You know when my mom used to burp, she used to say, that one tasted like meatloaf. I'm so sorry, I've had a long day, but she would say that. And I kind of just had the same epiphany. I was gonna say, oh, the food, yes, that's what we were talking about. The meatballs actually went so well with the Alfredo. I think that like the world needs to realize that beef can go with Alfredo. Like it's okay. If you're craving both, you can put them together and you're not a bad person for that. Because I let them get seared, they really got this almost like freshly barbecued flavor to them that really brought them to life. And they did still taste like a frozen meatball, but like a really good frozen meatball. They had a little bit of a Parmesan flavor. It could have been from the Parmesan cheese that was on top of them, but it also could have been from within. I'm thinking it was from within. And perfect texture, not too soft, but also not chewy, not hard. Now the Alfredo sauce did have a bit of an issue. It had that kind of ragu jarred Alfredo sauce flavor, which isn't like a terrible thing, but it definitely had that processed vibe that's almost like an indescribable essence of factory, you know? But it was creamy in texture, and with the Parmesan cheese, it tasted a lot more sharp, a lot more salty, and the Parmesan did kind of mask that factory setting flavor, you know? It like rebooted it. And it made it taste good, so I'm happy with the meal overall. I'm gonna give it a very strong 7.5 out of 10. Not bad, guys. I'm such a good cook. It kind of shocks me sometimes. Last but not least, we have the, what was it called? I think strawberry rhubarb blossom, like a rosebud. So I popped it in the microwave for 60 seconds because that's what the back of the box said to do. So it's gonna be like just a nice little warm dessert. It looks fantastic. Okay. Oh, get out of here. Oh my goodness. That is better than any Trader Joe's frozen dessert I ever did have. That crust is so incredibly toasty. It tastes like the edges of a pie crust, but like the whole thing is like that. It's slightly salty, very buttery, and there's some sort of like a streusel on top that really adds to the texture and the sweetness. And then the filling is pure strawberry. I could not taste the rhubarb. I've never met that woman in my life. I guess it's time when she's in my stomach already. Hey Barb. My name's Timmy. The strawberry filling, it just tasted like a basket of freshly picked, I ate too fast. A basket of freshly picked strawberries that has been mashed up. It kept all its tartness and its natural sweetness cooked down into a syrup and then just filled within the blossom. It just tastes so incredibly fresh and bright that it balanced out that sweet streusel-y crust incredibly well. And I'm flabbergasted. I'm so grateful to have eaten that and to be here in this moment right now with you. I'm sorry you can't eat it, but I'm secretly so happy I would not want to share with you. I'm sorry. That was a 10 out of 10, obviously. I don't even have to say it, but I just did. Ow. Tuesday. I feel like a Swiffer. So for breakfast, we are having some gluten-free donuts and this acai bowl as well. This is the definition of health. So I popped the bowl into the microwave. It's more like a cup actually, but it only took about 30 seconds. I added the granolas and these are the donuts as well. Ooh, good morning, girlies. Ow. Is it possible to shatter a hole? Is it? You would probably know. Girlies, I slept great. Did you sleep good? I feel refreshed. I had a great first day. Last night, I think I was a little extra hungry, a little shaky, and I think I acted a bit out of character. I was rolling on the ground. I was ravenously eating a blossom and I would just like to apologize. I'm calm. Mama got some rest and she's ready for the day. If I start rolling on the ground again, I want you to call someone. Let's first try the gluten-free donut. So this is by Live G-Free. That could either mean live gluten-free or live goop-free if you're anti-Gwyneth Paltrow. I get it. She's polarizing. And I smelled her candle. Girl, whoa! I think deep down she's a good person. Underneath all the goop, you have to crawl your way out of it. I did microwave this for about 30 seconds, so it's very hot. I meant to do like 15 seconds. I was gonna stop it halfway through, but I was on my phone and I forgot to stop it. So now I have a sizzling donut, a lot like a fajita from Chili's. So let's see how it tastes. Ooh, look at that texture. You would never know that there's not even a drop of gluten in there. Whoa. Oh my goodness. I said, oh my goodness? Did I just say, oh my goodness? I can't have a stutter and a lisp. Girl, pick a struggle. Wow. Who needs gluten when you could have greatness? That's a pretty fantastic donut. Now, there are differences between this donut and gluten-filled donuts. That's my favorite filling. This has more of a funnel cake flavor to it. It is less fluffy, more dense, and there's almost a slight cornbread aspect in there too. There's a bit of a corn flavor, which I'm really liking with the glaze. And the glaze is very sweet. It's a classic donut glaze, but it's with a more kind of funnel cakey, cornbready type of donut. So don't expect Krispy Kreme. Should I do it? I'm gonna do it. Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? Right. Have you ever had a Dunkin' Donuts? Were you dunked in the donut? Right. That must be a really big donut if you can dunk your head in there. Have you ever had a Live G-Free donut? Was it goop-free? Right. I can't stop. I'm gonna have to give that donut a very strong 8 out of 10. I think it's fantastic, especially because it's gluten-free. So I'm so happy for my gluten-free girlies out there that they can still enjoy delicious things, even if it tastes like a big kernel of corn. Next up, we have the acai berry bowl. This has acai with granola, strawberries, and blueberries. And granola. I said granola. Girl, it's the morning. In the morning, my brain has yet to awake even though my body is moving. Okay, wow, this looks great. I should use a spoon, but it's fine. I'll just eat it real fast before it falls through. Oh my God. Ow. Ow, the flavor hurt me. I've had acai bowls many a times, and I know you're probably shocked that I'm pronouncing it correctly. A lot of people say I don't pronounce buffet correctly. Girl, what if everyone else is wrong? What then? A lot of people say I don't pronounce campote correctly. Girl, there's a little apostrophe crumb at the end of the sentence that makes it go so campote. People love to drag me for that, but today I proved to you that I can spell grammar. But even though I can pronounce it, I don't like it. I have had other acai bowls in the past and they've been fantastic. This one to me tastes like prune juice. Like that's it. It has a very fermented, dried fruit flavor to it that I do not appreciate at all. It is sweet, it is tart, but in a very anti-constipation way. So I can't get into it, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to give it, a 3 out of 10. Wow, so much for pronouncing things correctly. I might as well give up. We are back at Aldi's for Tuesday's lunch and dinner, and I brought my quarter, guys. I was so proud of myself. I just put the coin in and it unlocked. It was like magic, or also probably science. Wait, what is a key? Would that be considered science? No. Technology? Maybe in 1802. For my Tuesday lunch, I got these street tacos, beef. I also got these mac and cheese bites, queso. And then I also got these fake Cheez-Its. And for my dinner, we're making chili, guys. So I am not using my iconic chili recipe. I'm just gonna follow the back of the packet. It seems very simple. I just had to buy some ground beef, a can of diced tomatoes with the juices, and a can of pinto beans with the juices as well. That's what the back of the packet says, so we're gonna do it. And then also I got some stuffed jalapenos for my appetizer, and for dessert, I got this bien en Stitch indulgent cake. And I tried to find cheese for the chili, but I could literally not find any cheese. So we can't have cheese on our chili. Let's have lunch. So just to remind you, we got the crackers, we got the tacos, and the mac and cheese bites. I basically just took the mac and cheese bites out of the box and then, oh, wow. And for the tacos, I just took them out and the directions said to cook them on a plate in their little carrying case. And then I just microwaved them. Ooh, that looks so good. Frostbite, delicious. And this is my plate. What do we think, girlies? I'm so hungry. That breakfast was very, very small. And the acai was not very filling. It was just juice, basically. I felt like I was drinking a glass of Welch's. But I'm gonna stay calm and we're gonna try these baked cheese crackers. These are obviously like Cheez-It type of things, but these are cheddar jalapeno. You guys know I love jalapeno anything. It's by Savor It. Oh, Aldi, so you're getting better at slogans. I'm so proud. The levels you're at now, inspiring, to be honest. Ooh, yeah, they look just like Cheez-Its. Ooh, but they're half crushed. That's okay, we can use them as a topping. Ooh. Oh no, they don't smell good. You know what they smell like? Kraft mac and cheese dust. Let's see. Okay. Something's happening. You girlies know I adore Cheez-Its. In my world, cheese is it. I can really see the differences here. So these taste more like goldfish. They don't have that rich, deep, sharp cheese flavor that Cheez-Its have. But there's still a bit of cheesiness in there. It's just not the main star. It's more cracker than cheese. Whereas Cheez-It is more cheese than cracker. And if you go to a classy place, they'll give you crackers and cheese and sometimes a grape. What? They do have this dust on them. It is giving them a slight Kraft mac and cheese powdered cheese flavor, but I kind of appreciate that because the extra flavor, even if it's not my favorite flavor, it does kind of elevate them out of goldfish territory. I'm gonna give them a 5. Yeah. By the way, girlies, I know I'm gonna get comments about this contraption in the back. No, it's not a jigsaw trap. It's a sandwich squisher. So basically you put a sandwich in there and it grills it. That's what that is. It can actually make this really, really rare sandwich that is only served in Italy. What's it called again? Knee. Yeah, a panini. So it has 2 knees just like a human, but it's a sandwich. It's really cool. So we have been making those a lot and just feeling like we're in the vineyards, you know, stomping on grapes and squishing them as well. Now it's time for the mac and cheese bites by Appetitos. I really like that one. I think the influence that I've had on Aldi already after a day, it's unprecedented. I got chills. Let's try them. They look really good. Oh my goodness. I think I'm done. Bye, guys. Love you. course I'm not done. I don't give up, but those mac and cheese bites are not great. And you guys are gonna be, you guys, I don't want to have to say urine again in this taste test because I've said it so many times, but these have a slight background flavor of piss once again. It's not nearly as bad as the strong, odorous, concentrated, caramelized flavor that was in the onion rings. That was much more intense. Maybe it's something in the breading that's giving it this flavor. Other than that, it isn't terrible. It's just kind of flavorless mac and cheese. There's not a strong cheesy flavor. There's not a strong cheesy saltiness. It just kind of tastes like really cheap cheese sauce with some soggy noodles and a yellow snow coating. So I'm gonna have to give those a 4 out of 10. Not as bad as the onion rings, but still not good. Last but not least, we have the street tacos, which are so clingy, girl. I've been trying to tell her to stop texting me. I'm a married man to my gorgeous wife named Tammy of 90 years, and she just keeps on clinging on, saying, hey, papi, are you half Cuban? Oh, I could tell. Stop this temptation. I cannot be tempted, I'm faithful. Tamala, I love you. That's not what you told me last night when we were in a fight. You said you hated me and I smelled like a bologna. You do smell like a bologna, but I didn't mean the rest of it. So this is by Casa Mamita. It has savory beef crumbles, melty shredded hot pepper cheese, pinto beans, red peppers, jalapeno peppers, and white cheddar cheese sauce, okay? Okay. Adios mío, mami. Arroz con pollo con leche. What? I kind of hate it, but I also kind of love it. And I feel like that happens a lot with new couples. You know, there's a lot of conflict, but I think there's potential. The texture's pretty bad. It's pretty mushy. The soft tortilla with the like refried beans and the meat crumbles, it all comes together and just kind of makes this really one-note blob of a texture. So I think that's a little icky, but the flavor isn't bad. It reminds me of a lot of other frozen burritos. It has a nice taco seasoning. The beans taste very beany and gassy, and I think the peppers really come through and they add a lot. But overall, if you're a texture person, you're gonna be disgusted. You're gonna say this is vile and horrific. But I think I can get past it and still kind of enjoy it. Cause I kind of like that cheap burrito flavor, you know? Do you still trust me as a food critic? No? Okay, well, you shouldn't trust the people that like caviar either. It tastes like seaweed and salt.
It's time for our Tuesday dinner. We're making chili, remember? And we are also having this cake for dessert and jalapeno poppers for our appetizer. So I just air fried the jalapeno poppers, super easy, and I defrosted the cake. Mostly, you'll see it's still a little icy when I eat it. Elsa just did not want to let go. So I started cooking my beef. I added some S&P, salt and pepper, the dynamic duo, and then I added my chopped tomatoes, and I added my pinto beans with the juice. And then I added my seasoning mix. I didn't add any extra seasonings because I wanted to taste test the mix. I just let it cook until it was nice and done and thick and gorgeous. This is my finished Tuesday dinner. What do we think, girlies? Looks great to me.
Breathe it in, my daughter. Everything that the flavor touches, all the flavor town is ours. So yesterday I was talking about being agile and the fact that I wasn't. Well, I have a confirmation of that. About 30 minutes ago, I finished editing for the day and I was so happy. I felt so accomplished. So I went out to the living room to tell Alejandro. I did a little dance. It was like a little body twist, little worm. And I was clapping a little bit. And all of a sudden I felt my love handle muscle pull. And I didn't know my love handle had muscles. I thought it just had love and fat, but apparently it does, and it has been twitching ever since. I think I'm having a spasm. So if you see my love handle glitching a little bit, send it some extra love. So let's try these jalapeno poppers. They look really good, but they are breaded, and the other two breaded items we've had have not been good. In fact, they've been pissed on. And I just really want to stop talking about that. So I'm hoping this is a nice change of pace. Hopefully it tastes like breading, and that's it. Victory! Regina, baby, come and sniff this with mama. You're welcome. These jalapeno poppers popped with flavor. They gave me a pop of hope and a burst of happiness. I'm happy to report the breading just tastes like breading, and that's what matters the most, so that's why I said that first. And I said that second because I just wanted you to hear me roar. I would compare them to any other frozen brand of jalapeno poppers. I'm talking TGI Fridays. That's the top tier. Not the restaurant, obviously. That's trash. The frozen brand is better. The jalapeno within tastes a little bit pickled. It's a little bit sour. It still has a bit of a crunch to it. And it's barely spicy. I do prefer my jalapeno poppers to be a little bit more spicy, but I'll take it. The cream cheese tastes like classic cream cheese filling, and the breading tastes perfect. I'm gonna have to give those a very strong 9 out of 10. Guys, this is what life is about. It's about persevering through the smell of brown sugary pea. Now it's time to try the main event, the chili. So you guys know that chili is my go-to thing that I make. In fact, it's the only thing that I'm really good at making. And I'm not gonna tell you my whole recipe. If you guys want my recipe, I'll give it to you one day. I don't have any plans to give it to you soon, but it's not a secret either. I'm just lazy. Anyways, my chili is very complex. It has so many ingredients. You could say high-end. I do use lean ground beef, so it's like really nice. This is an extremely simple chili, which I'm not used to, but it smells really good. I am a bit worried about the bean juice though, because typically I drain the bean juice out of my chili and I use beef broth. I know it's cheaper probably to use the bean juice, but you could also just use water, you know? But some people love bean juice, you know, vegans, the ones that eat the grass, they save their chickpea juice. And it has like a certain name. It's like aquaphor, no, agugu, no, zabumafu. I don't remember the name, but it's something like that. It just hit me that I said Zabumafu. That was a great show. Were they? Probably. What was I gonna say? Oh yes, vegans save the chickpea juice and they use it as an egg white replacement. They'll like make like meringues with it and things like that. So even though it sounds extremely sinister, they might be onto something. This might be the best bean juice soup I've ever had. Let's try it. I brought the salt because I had a hunch that it would need it. And it does. And I need to inflate, so more. You know, I'm kind of enjoying it in a sense. You know what it is? I think that the other me in the other dimension is really enjoying it, so I'm kind of feeling that from him. The good news is it's not gross whatsoever. It is just extremely plain. I will say it's genuinely a little bit spicy, so that surprised me. It's really lacking more of every seasoning that has ever existed on this plane. Like, I can taste the chili powder. It just needs like triple what it has. I can taste the cumin. It just needs way more than that, you know? Now the beef tastes good. So Aldi's has some good quality beef. Love that. And the texture isn't terrible. It's just a tiny bit slimy from the bean juice, but just a little bit. It's still my dinner. I'm still gonna enjoy it, but I guess I'm just kind of a chili snob, you know? I like so many flavorless foods, but when it comes to chili, I need it to have a fiery burst from hell. You know, I'm finishing it. That's fierce. Not the whole pot, just this bowl. And don't judge the size of my bowl. I don't want to hear it. I only have big bowls and tiny bowls. I'm gonna pick the big bowl. Which would you pick if you were having chili? Exactly. We're both gluttons. I'm gonna give the chili a fair 5 out of 10. Last but not least, we have the cake. What's it called again? It's the Bien and Stitch. He's my favorite alien. Indulgent cake. And it's basically a traditional German dessert with 2 layers of golden cake filled with vanilla flavored mousse and topped with caramelized almond flakes. Sounds fantastic. And it's by Douche Kushi? No, that can't be the name. You see? Maybe it's douche couché because douche couché sounds clean. Sounds like it's been washed out, but it doesn't sound appetizing, at least not to me. So, wow. Let's try it. Ooh, it's a little hard. Oh, I should have let it thaw out a little longer. I was hungry. Okay. Yeah. So I did expect it to have a little more flavor, but this is not bad whatsoever. The cake parts themselves remind me of angel food cake, and that's a huge compliment because that's what the big man upstairs serves in the cafeteria. Now this custard in between is very nice. It's like a classic vanilla custard, very moussey. Very light. And then the almonds on top are nice and kind of crunchy, but I wish they had more of a caramelized flavor because that's not really coming through. But I do like the difference in texture. So overall, simple, but I like it. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10, yes. So this dinner was great. I mean, it wasn't amazing, but I'm grateful for it. The chili was hearty. Appetizer 8, dessert was good. So I'm a happy man. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the 3rd day, Wednesday. Enchanté, mi amore. Would you like to have this dance?
I think my head is too big to dance. It's too heavy.
Oh no, my love. I will hold it up for you. Are you ready?
Oh my god! Oh, wait, wait!
Oh, I got dizzy! I didn't even spin that fast.
For my Wednesday breakfast, we are having a croissant sandwich and my little cherry gut yogurt. I just took the sandwich out, I put it in the microwave, and breakfast is served. Ah, the luxuries of technology.
It's day. Do I have any boogers? No, just really gaping nostrils. You know, my sister Sarah used to tell me that I had perfectly shaped nostrils. I mean, they kind of are. But then I grew up and I went to an allergy doctor and he looked inside my nose and said, my God, you have a big deviated septum. And that day he took away my one perfect feature. Anyways, it's day 3. I'm feeling really, really good. I mean, I feel like I've been eating groceries for 2 days, which is what I've been doing. A lot of people say, Timmy, how is this a challenge? It is a challenge, but it's a fun one. It's not a hard one. Let's try our cherry yogurt by Friendly Farms. Oh, that's what it's called. That's a lie. It's a lie. You know, I've been to farms. Farms are not friendly places. Once I was just walking past one and I heard the farmer say, get that one, that's a big one. And I was like, me? And they were like, get her. And they grabbed me and they took my milk. I was saving it for my tres leches I was gonna make later. And then they turned my best friend Peggy May into a short rib. So this right here, this is a lie. Sorry guys, a cow possessed me. So I chose cherry because cherry is always my favorite flavor when it comes to candy, yogurts, like desserts too. I just love cherries. Dear God. Oh my gosh, I think it's on Folklore Taylor. It does look a bit soupy. Let's try it. Okay, you know, it's nice. I love yogurt, but I've never liked the little fruit blobs in yogurt. It's something with the texture. It's kind of like a gooey little booger floating in there. I don't know about you, but I don't eat my own boogers. I know some people do, but I don't judge you if you do, but I also do judge you. And this does have the little fruit blobs in it, but they're very small and they're not too mushy, so it's not grossing me out. And flavor-wise, this kind of tastes like a Go-Gurt, so it has more of an extra sweet, more processed yogurt flavor, but it's nice, it's fun. I'm gonna give it a nice 7 out of 10. Okay, now time for our sandwich. So let's open this up like a mummy. I feel like Brendan Fraser. Speaking of Brendan Fraser, did you guys ever see The Whale? Why did he float at the end? What, did Pennywise get to him? You'll float too! Or did Elphaba cast a spell on him like her broom? Is he the next broom? Okay, this is one of the flattest croissant sandwiches I've ever seen, but it smells really good. We have some sausage, egg, and cheese. Oh, it smells like an infection. Do you know what I mean? No? Okay. Mmm. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I hate it. Just kidding. I'm liking it. Well, dang flabbit, that tastes just like any of Jimmy Dean's breakfast sandwiches. I'm impressed. Janie Doe really stepped it up and is at the same level as her husband. Is it the best breakfast ever? No, but I really enjoyed that. The croissant tastes nice and sweet. It is a little firm from the microwave, but that's fine. And the sausage is very salty, very flavorful, perfect breakfast sausage. It really is the main flavor in the breakfast sandwich. The egg is thin, but it tastes like any old frozen egg. And the cheese tastes like Kraft, so I'm happy with it. It's basic, but good basic. I'm gonna give it, a 7.5 out of 10. Let's go get lunch, girlies.
So for my lunch, I got these chili pepper with lime kettle potato chips. I also got this Kung Pao ramen, and I also got these chicken nuggets because I have to try Aldi's chicken nuggets at some point. Hello. And for dinner, I'm trying their version of Hamburger Helper. It's not called like Cheeseburger Helper. It's called Regano. Rogaine. Wait, didn't I have something else that was called Regano this week? I don't know. And it just needs beef, nothing else. So I got the beef. I also got some more veggies, a German cabbage blend with seasonings, and some toasted ravioli for my appetizer, and some mini cheesecake chocolate. Wait, mini chocolate cheesecake. Why is it spelled backwards? So let's make our Wednesday lunch. I basically just put the chicken nuggets into the air fryer as per usual. My air fryer is really working overtime this week.
I'm so excited for this, guys. I don't know why, but food served in these gorgeous little boxes is somehow 10 times more delicious. I think it's the cardboard particles. I love tree. Ooh! I was expecting dry noodles. Girlies, we have the wet kind of noodles, the plump noodles. The plump. And then a pack of sauce, so simple. So we just have to put the noodles and the sauce in the box and heat it up for 2 minutes. How easy could it get? It actually kind of smells like Play-Doh. It's nostalgic.
Okay, that's in, and now the sauce. Oh, that is sticky. Okay, 2 minutes. And this is my finished meal. The noodles look great. The nuggets look like they might be great or terrible.
Let's first try the chips. The chili pepper with lime kettle potato chips by Clancy. He's back. But Beth isn't. Zombies aren't real. And Beth would be a scary one. She'd be covered in chicken soup. Oh, ooh, I love a kettle cooked potato chip. Do they cook kettle potato chips in a kettle? I've always wondered that. With all that steam, how are they so crispy? We should ask Mrs. Potts, yeah. Oh my. Here, ASMR. These are some of the best chips I've had in recent memory. First of all, they're so crunchy. They're not that greasy compared to other kettle chips. And the flavor is ridiculous. It has such a strong limey flavor, so it's very tart, but it's not too tart. Some lime chips, like the lime Lays, those are like so sour. Am I eating citric acid? No. And then the chili flavor is just hot enough. There's a little bit of spice. It's very garlicky. And there's a fresh cracked black pepper flavor too. That really adds depth to the chili flavor. Oh my goodness. I'm in love with a man named Clancy. I've been flirting with food this whole video. They should put me on that TLC show, My Strange Flirtation. I'm gonna give these a 10 out of 10. Truly incredible. By the way, guys, this is random, but it just happened, so I'm gonna tell you about it because you guys are my besties. I don't know what's going on with Summer. I don't know her. She's bringing out all the critters, all the creatures. Yesterday, I was brushing my teeth. All of a sudden, I see a spider crawling on the wall. It was the one with the long legs, not Nicolas Cage. The daddy, that one. But it was like extra big and it was like brown and it freaked me out. So I was like, Alejandro, come save me. And he did. And then we went outside to take the trash. There was a bat on the ground. A bat, not that kind of bat, like a bat, like the one with the little cat ears and the weird rat wings, that one. It looked like it was sleeping or something. And then before bed, I was about to take a piss. I said it again. And right next to the toilet, there was a little cockroach. I know we're in Florida, but I swear our apartment rarely has cockroaches. And of course I was like, Alejandro, come save me. And he did. But guys, I'm fighting off spiders, bats, cockroaches. I'm not built for this. Anyways, let's try these Kung Pao noodles. They look really good. They're kind of stuck to the box. It's okay. Extra cardboard flavor. Ooh. Huh. Okay. So let's just get the negativity out of the way. You guys know I'm a glass half full kind of person. And then when I drink the water in the glass, I then fill it back up because that's how hopeful I am. I think the only issue this has is that the noodles, while they do have an amazing kind of gummy, doughy texture, there is a processed kind of chemical type of flavor that just reminds me of plastic. And I know we all probably have microplastics in us, right? But I don't want more. The sauce is fantastic. It's genuinely spicy. You can really taste the chili flakes in there. Very sweet, not too sweet, almost too sweet, but not too sweet, you know? And it's extremely sour and tangy. It's very, very nice. It also has kind of like a rich brown sugary vibe to it. I'm gonna give this a 7. I'm enjoying it. Now it's time for the chicken nuggets. And girlies, we have a battle ahead of us. Not only am I battling spiders, cockroaches, and bats, I'm also battling the jalapeno tomato ketchup. I still have yet to open it, but let's try again because these look dry. Oh my, it's impossible. Brandy was right. No. Once again, giving up. Hopefully by the end of the week, we'll open this. These are crispy chicken nuggets. They're not crispy. What is that? Interesting. That's so different. You know, sometimes people say being unique is a good thing and sometimes they're lying, but in this case, I think it's kind of true. These aren't bad. I expected them to have a grease flavor. A lot of frozen chicken nuggets that are kind of like rocky like this have a really strong grease flavor that you can't get rid of, but these don't. Instead, they're sweet. I'm not saying like too sweet, but there's a strong sweetness that kind of takes the place of the grease flavor, and I'll take sweetness over grease any day. Sorry, Mamma Mia. Also, the breading's not too thick and it's not crispy, but it has a nice texture. I do have one ick though, and that is the texture of the chicken inside. It sort of looks real, but it also feels a little gooey, and that kind of grosses me out. I would rather take the foamy chicken nuggets that taste like a mattress firm over this kind of uncanny chicken, you know? Uncanny chicken, I love that. So it's not bad, but it's not good. I'm gonna give them a 5 out of 10. Okay.
Let's make our Wednesday dinner. So just to remind you, we're having the toasted ravioli, the German cabbage blend, oregano helper, and also a chocolate cheesecake. So I toasted my toasted raviolis in the air fryer, so they're double toasted. And I cooked my cabbage blend in the microwave because the packaging said I could, and it sounded like the easiest option. So I decided to take the road not less traveled, the road more traveled, the road that was cooked in the microwave. And then I started cooking my little cheesy hamburger meal. So I added some salt and pepper, I drained the beef, I added the water that they told me to, and the noodles and the seasoning packet. I mixed that up and it smelled really good, guys. Like the odor was really odoring. And then I added the lid, and once it was fully cooked, I added the cheese sauce, which really added a lot of queso. And this is the final meal. What do we think? We have the appetizer along with the forest plants, and we also have the big plate of macaroni. That's a big plate, mama. And the cheesecake.
I'm so hungry that I don't even want to talk to you. No offense. Like, you're a very nice person to talk to, but I don't want to talk. I just want to eat. I want to chew. And then I want it to go down my esophagus so I can digest it. Let's first try these Mama Cozy's Pizza Kitchen toasted raviolis in the beef flavor. Now, is it just me, or does this look like Marie calendars? Tell me. Listen, Marie has the whole calendar year to think about her revenge. She will count the days and the weeks and also the months because she is the epitome of dates and time in Marie form. So I think that Mama Cozy needs to watch her back. Oh my gosh, I just realized it's Mama Cozy, Marie Calendar, MC. She's really coming for her gig. Marie stands on business. Is that not clocking to you, Mama Cozy? All right. That's how it looks on the inside. Kind of like dog food, but it's not dog food. It doesn't taste like dog food. It actually tastes decent. So the ravioli itself is extremely crispy, and it actually tastes more like a cracker than a ravioli. It actually reminds me of a wheat thin, but with like extra crumbs. Was your wheat thin wheat thick? Right. Exactly. And the fillings flavor sort of tastes like a simple meatball, but like in mush form with a very strong oregano flavor. I think the oregano flavor is too strong, and it's kind of like the main thing that's standing out. I think oregano works well when it's kind of a complementary flavor and not that girl, because we all know basil is that girl. She's the fresh one. Can you have fresh oregano? I don't think so. So it's not bad, but I'm not shook. I'm gonna give it one big stinky burp, but I'm also gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10. So I was gonna try the cabbage mixture next, but I'm kind of scared of it. So let's try the main entree. This is the hamburger helper knockoff, Rogani. I gotta be honest, guys, it really smelled good when I was cooking it. It actually smelled like a cheeseburger, not just like macaroni, you know what I mean? So, and yes, I do have a massive portion. First you judged me for my massive bowl, now you judge me for my massive plate. When is it gonna be enough for you in this family? Ha. Move. Oh my. I love this. I know what you're thinking. I can read your mind. He's so handsome. Thank you! But you also are thinking, Timmy's that slayed by a hamburger helper knockoff? Is he a raccoon in the dumpster eating trash? Yes, but the thing is, I'm not comparing this to a 5-star Michelin meal, okay? If I was comparing it to that, I would not be slayed, obviously, because Michelin makes the best meals. But I'm just comparing this to other boxed dinners, like Hamburger Helper or Velveeta, and I have to say, I think I'm enjoying this more than both of those. Hamburger Helper was found not being helped. No one wanted to help it. Velveeta was found being used as bricks for a cheese house, because no one wanted to eat it. This is better. A lot of cheeseburger macaronis don't really taste like a cheeseburger. They just taste like cheese sauce, meat, and noodles. This one genuinely has the little extra flavor that a cheeseburger typically has. There's a slight onion flavor and a slight dill pickle flavor that is really bringing the cheeseburger. Now, both of those flavors could be stronger, and I think that overall it could have a lot more poo-pow, you know? But I can taste so much potential in there. And the cheese sauce tastes less processed than like a Velveeta packet of cheese sauce, truly. So I'm just so happy with this. I would literally buy this again. So for a boxed meal, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Wow! Now it's time for the cabbage. So this smells a little too festive for me. And by festive, I mean it smells like a holiday pumpkin pie in cabbage form. There is a cinnamon sweetness that I've only truly encountered while passing by an Auntie Anne's in the mall. And I see little bits of carrots, cabbage, possibly kale. So yeah. It's gone. Give me back my Rogaine. That is horrible. I love cabbage. I love cooked cabbage. I love coleslaw. I really do. But this tastes like cabbage that's been soaked in salt and apple cider with like some Italian seasonings. I don't know what's going on. It's soggy. It's truly nasty. And it kind of reminds me of like someone's breath when they're really hungry and like empty and you can literally smell their stomach lining, you know? Has that happened to you? Ew, ew. I'm gonna give that a 0. I finished the whole mountain and I feel great. I really do. Now it's time for dessert. Our little personal sized cheesecake. It looks so good. So it has a layer of crust, a layer of cheesecake, and some sort of ganache. Oh, that is bizarre. Yes, no. You know, I like it. It's just not what I expected. The texture's fabulous. It's more like a cheesecake mousse than a full cheesecake, but I don't mind that because sometimes cheesecake is too heavy for me and too rich. This one's not. But it tastes like peanut butter and jelly flavored cheesecake. So it has that cream cheese vibe, but it also has a weird peanut butter nuttiness and some sort of almost like a grape jelly flavor, which is kind of throwing me off. Most of the chocolate flavor is coming from the ganache, which is actually not too sweet. It's also very light, but I just don't know how to feel about it. Like, I'm enjoying it. I just kind of wish it tasted like chocolate and not like peanut butter and jelly and chocolate, which is the next big sandwich. And then the crust really isn't even a crust. It's more just like dust, but enjoyable dust. So I'm gonna give it, I think, a 6 out of 10. Thursday. Am I in the same? Girl, I'm in the same shirt that I wore yesterday. I'm half asleep. I grabbed it off my chair. I'm gonna shower and change. I promise it does not smell.
For our Thursday breakfast, we are having the sausage and cheese breakfast pizza and also the cinnamon rolls.
Don't look in there. It's disgusting and unorganized. I don't need to be on the other TLC show, Hoarders, Bald Edition. Let's cook. I'm in a good mood, I promise. I was just being a little sassy. Ooh! I'm just gonna make 2, just like last time. Okay, they're very small. Maybe I should make 10. And we have our goop. Let's take a look at our pizza. This is also by Mama Gozi's. Now this one looks less Marie Calendar-y, so I think that maybe she got the memo. Maybe Marie sent some sort of a threat. She knows a lot of people. I wouldn't underestimate her. Oh, it's pretty big. It's really covered in sausage. I'm just gonna pop all this into the oven and I'll see you guys when it's done.
This is the final meal. As you can see, I didn't have a pan that would fit the pizza, so it's just dangling. And I added some icing to the cinnamon rolls, and that's it.
So I was really excited to eat this cinnamon roll because it looks like it's covered in cinnamon and like it's rolled up. And that's exactly what I look for in a cinnamon roll. But off camera, when I picked up the icing packet, I saw something dangling off of it. Regina, you okay? She's gagging. I'm gagging too, girl. I saw what looked like a very long spider leg. I will insert the footage right now because I'm a world-renowned editor. Now, I'm not saying it's a spider like Aldi's. I'm not saying that, don't come for me. I'm just saying it looks like one. It could be anything else. It could be a crumb of dust shaped that way. You know, everyone comes in all shapes and sizes. I support that. I mean, like, look at me. I'm shaped like a Skechers shoe. But it did kind of make me feel icky about it because I don't know what it is. I really don't. And it really looks like a spider. Like, no offense, Tom Holland. Your legs don't look like that. How about I get the center part? Because I don't think that, you know, hypothetically, if there were a spider, they wouldn't want to be in the center part. They're not a big fan of buttery crisp, and that's the most buttery crisp part. Okay. Anyone got some anti-venom? Oh, you used it already? Because you live in Australia? Right, right. Slap my spider and call me arachnophobia. I want the center of the other one I made too. That is fantastic. Now, once again, I think that the Doughboy really is in his flop era because these taste better than his cinnamon rolls. Those do taste like store-bought cinnamon rolls, but like really good ones, they don't really have that much of a processed flavor. They just have a ton of cinnamon flavor, like more than usual. They're perfectly sweet. The icing tastes like glaze from a Krispy Kreme. I'm not doing it again. I refuse. I refuse. I feel like the cockroach man in Men in Black. Have you ever had a Krispy Kreme? Was it crispy? Right. Oh, it's like popping a pimple. Now they are a tiny bit dry, but I feel like all store-bought cinnamon rolls are a tiny bit dry. Overall though, they taste really, really good. Not comparable to like a bakery cinnamon roll, but I like them. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, not a 10 out of 10, just in case if there hypothetically was a spider in there, I don't want it to go to their head. They already have 8 eyes. They don't need to have a big ego as well. Next up, we have Mama Cozy's sausage and cheese breakfast pizza. I'm reading it from here. The box is next to the camera. Sorry, it's like a teleprompter. It has white gravy, cheese, and sausage. Oh, and a biscuit crust. Okay, Mama Cozy. She's a good cook. She sounds very comfortable in her own skin. That's pretty nice. So the crust does taste like a biscuit. A very thin, crispy biscuit, but still there's a biscuit vibe there, which I really enjoyed. I love biscuits, especially Tammy's. Oh, there's something about the layers. The gravy, to be honest, could be creamier and it could have more of a gravy, like black pepper flavor. It's a bit too salty and there's not much else going on there, but at least it provides a lot of moisture, which as someone with dry eye, I appreciate any access to moisture I can get. I think the cheese tastes fine, it tastes like cheese. And the sausage surprisingly tastes more like pizza sausage than breakfast sausage. I thought that was interesting. It had more of an Italian sausage flavor. Now to Italians, that's just sausage. So overall, it was enjoyable, but not perfect. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. Let's go back to Aldi's for the second to last time, girlies.
For today's lunch, I got some cheddar bratwurst, and of course I got some buns just to cover them like a Snuggie. Remember Snuggies? I had a Snuggie. And I also got some hash brown sticks as my little side. Now for dinner, I got this gyro sandwich kit and some tomato to go with it, and of course some shredded lettuce, get our nutritions in. And for my appetizer, I got some mozzarella sticks. And for my dessert, I got these lemon ice cream sandwiches. So let's make our lunch, our bratwursts and hash brown sticks. So I basically just put it all into the air fryer. Of course, I poked holes in my bratwurst. This smells so good right now. I'm so excited. Now I did get a new ketchup because I've officially given up on the jalapeno tomato ketchup. Now I know we're not supposed to give up in life, but sometimes we still do. And sometimes the ketchup that we can't open just rots in our fridge for 5 years. That's probably what's gonna happen. So I don't have my mic on.
There was a weird noise outside. The dogs are barking. I don't know what's happening. Regina, stop. I don't have a panic room like Jodie Foster does. That privileged monster. What do I do? Where do I go? Do I go into the closet? I can't go back in there. It's okay. Regina, stop. I know you're trying to keep me safe, but you can't do anything. You're 8 pounds. Let's just move on. So let's... Regina, let's open up this one. Oh my God, no. What is Aldi, you super glue? Wait, I've seen people do things like that. I feel like Meredith in The Parent Trap. Where's my Evian? Blink. No, that's it. No ketchup for us this week. I wasted money on 2 different ketchup bottles and I get nothing. Okay, mustard is a reasonable person. At least we have that. You know what? I'm gonna use ketchup that I have in my fridge. I know this challenge is only Aldi's items, but guys, you've seen the struggle. I deserve this. Oh, Heinz, my love. It's been too long. Oh my goodness, yes. Look how red my hand is. Twinsies, it matches. Let's try the hash browns. Are you done? Those are fantastic hash browns. They taste like any old breakfast hash brown patty, tater tot, but like a good frozen one, you know? They are like pre-salted, nice and crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. And there's not a lot more to say about it. If you've had a good hash brown, you've had them, but I do like the shape. I think that they're very easy to eat. They're fun to dip. So I'm gonna give those a nice strong 9 out of 10. Very good. So let's first try the hot dog without mustard and then with. It is a cheddar brat. So it's Charlie XCX Brat Summer. Cured and smoked bratwurst with cheddar cheese by Parkview. Oh, I see what they did there. There's a famous hot dog brand called Ballpark. This is Parkview, so it's still baseball themed, you know. In case you guys didn't know, I was actually part of a little league team when I was probably like 5, and I remember swinging the bat, the ball flew across the field, and the coach said, "It's a home run, buddy, go, go!" And I said, oh my God, oh my goodness. But that didn't actually happen. I was on a little league team. I just kind of stood there the whole time. Anyways, let's see how this tastes by itself. Let's put some, ooh! It's not terrible, but it might be the worst brat of them all. To me, it doesn't taste like your typical bratwurst. It tastes more so like ham, like lunch meat ham that's been chopped up and formed into a log. Something about that isn't sitting right with me. The cheese in it, like the cheddar, does add a bit of a saltiness. It's very, very salty. But other than that, it just tastes like ham lunch meat. And I just wanted more of a sausagey experience. Oh my goodness. It's my lunch, I'm gonna eat it, but I don't like it that much. Also, the texture's a little grainy. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10.
Let's make our Thursday dinner. So we have the lemon ice cream sandwiches for dessert, the cheese sticks for the appetizer, and our Euro kit. So I started by air frying my mozzarella sticks, of course. Same old, same old. It's our daily routine now. And I warmed up and toasted the pita breads, and then I chopped up my tomato. I look like a psychopath. And then I started grilling up my Euro meat. So basically I just cooked it until all this excess oil started pouring out and it was just frying in its own fat. And I put them onto the pitas, and then I added the tomato, lettuce, and tzatziki sauce. There's my mozzarella sticks, and there's my lemon ice cream sandwiches.
You know, I never thought the day would come that I would be mad at a mozzarella stick, but it's here and I'm livid. I've made mozzarella sticks in my air fryer hundreds, possibly hundreds of thousands of times, and they have never gooped all over the tray like these ones gooped. This must be Gwyneth's recipe. I'm so mad. It's a mess. I shall destroy your happiness if it is the last thing I do. Ah! Karma. I'm gonna probably get a pimple right here from the grease. Just keep on ruining my life, why don't ya? Oh, look! Where'd the cheese go? It's stuck on my air fryer. Oh, you're from Milwaukee? I'm sorry. Don't they have cheese there? Anyways, I hate to say it, but they're delicious. I mean, they're not restaurant quality mozzarella sticks, but they're good. I've had much worse frozen mozzarella sticks. Like Trader Joe's, those are truly surprisingly vile. Oh my gosh, I thought there was a bug on my wall. It's just like dirt, I think. Why is there dirt on my wall? I'll clean that later. These have a very simple flavor, but I actually kind of prefer that when it comes to mozzarella sticks. I like the cheese to just shine, not only because of the level of grease content it has, but also just because of its natural flavor. And that's what this is doing. The cheese is pretty salty. It could be saltier, but it's good enough. And the breading is not too thick. It's just the right thickness. It's a little bit kicky on the inside, but I don't really mind that. I'm gonna give these 4 frozen mozzarella sticks a nice strong 7.5 out of 10. They are simple, but I think they're pretty good. Now, speaking of simple, it was very easy to make these gyros. Every time I have a gyro, I say, is it gyro? Is it euro? I think it's euro because, O'Reilly has nothing to do with it. I just felt like singing the jingle. Is that a crime? So I warmed up the pita. I grilled the meat. Tons of fat came out of that meat. It's like the meat was on Lean Cuisine for a month. It just literally melted right off. Let's try it. Okay, I forgot to get a napkin, but I can't get up to get one because if I leave, then my dogs might try to eat the food. So I think I'm just gonna tell my dogs to come with me so they don't eat the food. Come on, babies, let's go! This gyro is surprisingly good. It's not perfect, but I really, really enjoyed it. I think the best thing here is the meat. The meat actually fully tastes like restaurant gyro meat. Now, what is restaurant gyro meat? I think it's a lamb, right? Don't tell Mary. It is so seasoned and salty. The tzatziki is also really good. Even though the texture looks a little weird, it looks kind of mayonnaisey. It tastes totally fresh. Like Subway Eat Fresh. It has such a strong cucumber flavor and a really nice strong garlic flavor as well. If you could smell my breath right now, you would think someone opened their armpit, but no, it's just me talking. It is so refreshing and it just balances out that really flavorful meat so perfectly. I think my one complaint is the pita. Even though I did heat it up until it was fully toasty and fully hot, it's a little chewy. That's the only downside. Otherwise, this is a fantastic meal. I truly recommend it. Not sponsored by Euro. I'm gonna give that a very strong 8 out of 10. Yes. Last but not least, we have these lemon ice cream sandwiches. These look so good. For some reason, they're giving like Girl Scout cookie vibes, but with ice cream? Okay. Ooh, I don't like the smell. And it's kind of melted. Sorry guys, let's see. Mmm. Another. I think I have to buy some new nostrils because I can't trust them anymore. You know what? Just give me the full Voldemort. I'll take that. Because these smelled so bad. Truly like old rotted fruit, which is what they're gonna call me when I'm 80 years old. But it tasted like incredible, truly incredible. The ice cream on the inside is so creamy and it just honestly tastes like thick whipped cream. It's almost like refreshing and light. And the cookies themselves are like soft baked. They literally taste like lemon bars in cookie form. I'm obsessed. I wanna eat all 4, but I'm holding myself back because a lady always has self-control. Good thing is I'm not a lady, I'm a man. I'm gonna give these a 10 out of 10, a full slay. Friday. Girl, today we're not dancing. Instead, we are having a moment of silence for Beth from Little Women. It's a long moment. Oh! For our final Friday breakfast, we are having the sausage and the French toast sticks. A perfect little combination, and I just cooked them up. Watch out, jump scare. Oh! You know, I think it should be a rule that only people who speak French can eat French toast. Because you guys know I speak French, je m'appelle Geniez, and I want all the French toast to myself. In America, barely anyone speaks French. It'll all be mine. Anyways, this sausage looks really nice. Let's try it. Those are amazing sausages. Amazing. They're perfect breakfast sausages. The texture is perfectly meaty. It's not gross. There's no ick factor. Remember the X Factor? It was a great show. They should make a show called the Ick Factor. It is salty. There's not much more to say. It tastes like a classic, really amazing breakfast sausage. I would compare it to a sit-down restaurant breakfast sausage. If you grilled it in the pan, maybe it would even be crispy as well. I didn't do that, not because I was lazy, but just because I want the creator of the microwave to feel proud of his work. I feel like everyone always says microwaving food doesn't make it taste good. The person that did that somehow made electromagnetic waves heat up food without actually making the microwave itself hot. Were they a witch? Probably, but they still deserve our respect, so I'm gonna keep microwaving things just to show gratitude. I'm gonna give those sausages a perfect 10 out of 10. There's nothing more to say. Okay, time for the French toast. Now, I am not using syrup because I didn't feel like buying syrup, but also, I'm not a big syrup person. No offense to the Little House on the Prairie family, the Ingalls. I know they're maple syrup stands. They put it on snow, they freeze it, they make candy. Girl, that's frozen maple syrup. Don't be delusional. They put the spout into the tree and they just get buckets of it and they drink it. It's kind of disgusting. I'm just not that into it. I think it adds too much sweetness sometimes. And I much prefer my French toast, pancakes, or waffles to have some sort of other topping that already sweetens it up so that I don't need syrup, you know? And these have cinnamon and sugar, so we probably won't need it. What? That's surprisingly good. Listen, a lot of frozen French toast sticks can taste either extremely greasy or just kind of like cardboardy. Not this, girlies. This is the fluffiest frozen French toast I've had. It's so light and it is a little bit greasy, but it doesn't like soak in all the way, if that makes sense. And the cinnamon sugar flavor is very strong. It does not need syrup. It's perfectly sweet. And it actually overall kind of tastes like a donut. You know those little donuts from the 7-Eleven? They're like in the 7-pack and they're always called like crunch something, and it's like this cinnamon coconut weirdness that like kind of looks like eczema, I would know, but it tastes really good. It kind of tastes like that. So I kind of loved them. I could eat 50 more of them, not 60, because once I had 60 turkey pepperonis and I got the gout. So I'm gonna stay away from that number. But I'm gonna have to give those a very strong 8 out of 10. This is a very strong breakfast, and it was the final breakfast. Blessed day, Aunt Lydia. Under his eye. So for my Friday lunch, I got the flatbread pepperoni and mozzarella flavor, and then I also got some onion dip mix so we can make some dip with some sour cream and some jalapeno ranch ridged potato chips. And then for dinner, I got some artichoke stuffed chicken, class, elegance, and also some smoked Gouda mac and cheese for my side, and for my dessert, some pistachio gelato cups. So let's make our lunch. I basically just put my pizza into the oven, and another jump scare is coming up. Ah! Oh my gosh, it's cooked. Always smell your sour cream. You don't want it to be extra sour. Ah! Ooh, that's strong, guys. When the Grinch farts, that's what comes out. So I just mixed that right up, and this is the finished product. Voila. Oh, it took all day, but it was worth it. And then also, this is my cooked pizza close up. You know what this pizza reminds me of visually? That scene in Selena. Anything for Selena's, where J-Lo's eating the pepperoni, and she's like, it's so good. And the way she's chewing, oh my God. I know J-Lo's been chasing that Oscar for a while. First of all, she should have gotten it for Selena, but she also should have gotten it in the best chewing category because the way she made that pizza look so delicious. Also Chris with his hot sauce. And she's like, that's too much. And he's like, I love hot sauce. Delicious. Also the scene where she's in the recording studio and she's singing and her matte lipstick is like kind of rubbing on the microphone screen. One of the best movies ever made. Anyways, let's try this French onion dip. Today is French themed. And these Clancy's ridged potato chips jalapeno ranch flavor. Oh. Okay, let's get that close. Oh, Clancy's a delicate man. Girlies, apparently I'm in a nostalgic mood because this just reminded me of Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves, where the two dads, they're tiny and they fall into the massive bowl of onion dip.
Oh my God.
That's a life goal of mine. Daddy? Is that you? So the chips are fantastic. They have more of a ranch flavor than a jalapeno flavor, but there is a hint of spice, so I appreciate that. Very crunchy, not greasy. They have the ridges. I think that Ruffles might have the best shape because every little ridge is like a tiny canal for the sour cream to flow through, you know? Now, the dip is good, but it's a little different than your typical French onion dip. It's not as salty. I wish it was saltier, to be honest. It's a little sweeter, which kind of reminds me more of French onion soup. And I know it can also make soup. Apparently, yes, it's a soup and dip mix. Imagine making a French onion soup for someone and they're like, this tastes so incredibly fancy and rich. How on earth did you make this, sis? And you say onion dip. So it's very versatile. I just think it kind of tastes more like soup than it does your typical onion dip, but it's still very enjoyable. I'm gonna have to give it overall a nice 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time for the pizza. And yes, I'm gonna fold it like Sophia Loren in Houseboat. Oh my God, I'm in the past today. Oh my gosh, what if I like knock over something and it changes my future and I have hair? Do I look different? Nah. I just want to say I'm grateful because it's pizza and pizza's always edible even if it's not good pizza, you know? But oh, I'm getting the ick. Based on its appearance, I really expected a lot better. The flatbread itself is not the issue. It actually has a nice kind of chewy texture that doesn't feel too processed, so that's good. But the toppings are not it. The cheese has no salty flavor. It just really tastes like kind of like nothing. And the tomato sauce also doesn't really even bring in any acidicness or sweetness. It's just kind of there as well. But the main culprit here, shockingly, is the pepperoni. Now, I have battled pepperoni in my past. You guys know this. I'm not gonna say it again. but I got the gout when I ate 60 turkey pepperonis once. And I think I just talked about this last meal, but I feel like spreading awareness is the main point, right? I fought those gout crystals around my toe like hell. And at the end of the day, I won. But this is a pepperoni that I think could probably defeat me. It doesn't taste good. It tastes like meat fat. There's barely any pepperoni saltiness, barely any pepperoni tang. It's just grease. And it really brought the whole flatbread down to an even flatter level. And I have to say it, I hate these pepperonis. I hate them with all of me. Even my deviated septum, yes, every piece. I'm gonna have to give that a 4 out of 10. I don't even wanna finish this half of it.
Let's make our Friday dinner. So remember, we got the smoked Gouda mac and cheese, the artichoke stuffed chicken, and the pistachio gelato cup. So I just boiled my mac and cheese noodles, and then I added the Gouda. Oh my God. I'm sorry guys, I had a little booger in my throat. It happens to everyone. My uvula tried to stop it, but she couldn't do it. Anyways, that's the finished mac and cheese, and then this is the artichoke stuffed chicken. So it looks terrifying, but I opened it. It looked like a real hunk of chicken. So I sliced it up like the box said to, and I heated it up. Microwave was the only option, so I just did that, and that's the finished product.
Okay, this is it, girlies. The final meal of our Aldi week. Regina, what are you doing up? Oh, she smelled the food. You little glutton, just like your mother. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. So, what are my final thoughts on Aldi now that I'm an Aldi expert? You could say I'm an all dirt. All dirt? I'm not made up of dirt. I think that Aldi's is a really good place. To be honest, I expected the food to be a little bit worse just because it is an affordable store, and as we all know, sometimes in this world, cheap food is lower quality. But to be honest, this week of food has been pretty good. I mean, I think that the frozen food is just as good as any other frozen food in like Publix or Walmart or Target. And I think it's great that we have this option that is much cheaper than other stores. So love, it has been so much fun. Let's eat this final meal. Well, not the final meal, just the final meal of this challenge. I'm gonna have a very long life. Definitely a lot longer than Beth. So when I'm 105 doing these taste tests, you better be watching, girl. I'm gonna be putting literally all of my energy into content. The last couple drops of it. Let's try this mac and cheese. It's Gouda mac and cheese, so I hope it's good. I kind of like it, but I feel like a dog. Regina, is this how you feel every day? Is it? Oh, she said yes. So, have you guys ever smelled a dog treat? Like one of those bacon flavored dog treats? Like bacon strips, remember those? I love bacon, I love you. I love bacon, I love you. Oh my God. I just unlocked a memory in my head. That was the most annoying commercial I've ever seen, and I love dogs. This tastes like how bacon flavored dog treats smell. And I'm sure that the Aldi CEO never thought he would hear someone say that about his product, but here I am. So it has this smoked artificial bacon flavor that I think is supposed to taste like Gouda, but it doesn't really. But I'm still enjoying it. It still has a really salty, strong, sharp mac and cheese flavor to it, just mixed with dog treats, you know? Woof woof. Let me translate that. This tastes good. So I think either I'm a dog or I'm a dog. There's no other option because I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna have to give that, I think, a very nice 6.5 out of 10. I wanted to give it an 8, but after I said it tastes like dog food, I still wanna be taken seriously as a food content creator. So I had to give it a lower score. Now, listen up. That's Madame Horrible. You're green. I'm extremely hyped about this chicken because when I bought it, I thought it's probably not gonna taste great, but let's give it a shot. When I opened it, it smelled really good. The chicken looks real, and it also has some like orange seasoning on it and a lot of filling, so I'm ready for it. Let's see. In the words of Cameron Diaz singing karaoke in my best friend's wedding, I just don't know what to do. I keep eating it because I'm really hungry and I gotta get my protein in before my big workout tonight. I'm actually running a marathon. It's just not as good as I expected it to be. So the chicken has a really real texture to it. The texture is really like freshly cooked chicken. It's kind of juicy too. It's not that dry. But the flavor of the chicken is kind of giving canned chicken. Now, if you like canned chicken, you'll love this. But I kind of get upset and fall into a pit of despair when I eat canned chicken. There's just something about the texture and the flavor and the metallic essence that I really don't like. And this has that flavor. Just a hint of it, but it's there. And once you notice it, you can't look away. It's saying, look at me, I'm canned, look at me. It's like really intense for some reason. And the filling definitely isn't bad. I do think there's too much filling. It's kind of like a bit of an overload of goop, but it just kind of tastes like spinach and artichokes in a cream sauce. I did want more of a dip. Oh my gosh, did my neighbor fall on their tailbone? What just happened? If you're okay, wag your tail once. The truth is they're always extremely loud and pounding away. And it drives us a little bit crazy, but guess what? I'm a nice person and I won't say anything to anybody about it because I'd rather be a people pleaser than live a peaceful life. Isn't that nice? It doesn't really have that dip flavor, which typically has a strong like Parmesan sharpness, a bit of tartness. This is just more like just a cream sauce. So I'm not mad at that. I just think it could be better. And yeah, overall, it's not great, but it's not terrible. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10. Now it's time for dessert, but first let me get some more bacon strips. Okay, that's gone. I'm so hyped about these because you guys know I love pistachio anything. And these are called gelato cups, but they're basically like gelato sundaes. Look at that. And the shape of the cup really makes me so happy because anything served in a cup that's shaped like this is just more high-end, more opulent, more luxury. Wait, I just realized it's not really sealed. It's fine. It seems to have some chocolate, some pistachio gelato, some whipped cream, and some pistachios on top.
Oh my gosh.
Is this whipped cream? No, that's all ice cream. Bella. Make the next one a double. I've always wanted to say that, but I've never been to a bar, so I've never said that. That was very nice. Now I know, based on the way that I ate it, you'd think it was the best thing on earth. It's not, but it's very good, and I was craving gelato badly, so I really enjoyed it. I think that the gelato has more of an ice cream texture for sure, but like good ice cream is very nice. It is pretty creamy, it's just not stretchy like a gelato is, you know what I mean? The flavor of it though, does taste like pistachio, but it also kind of tastes like, you know, those like sugar-free caramel syrups that people put into like coffee. It kind of has that kind of artificial flavor as well. But it's still a bit nutty, just like the professor. And the fudge doesn't taste like hot fudge. It tastes like Hershey syrup, which is fine. Overall, it's good. I liked it. I'm gonna have the other one too. It's the finale. Let me do what I want for once. Stop being controlling. I'm gonna give it a nice 7 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched this whole video, you're that girl, for real. And I'm so grateful that you are able to watch me for this long just eating in my home. Your attention span is exhilarating. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, girlies. Mwah.